Must be in our minds.
All right. What's up, everybody? We are almost there. Hey, thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. All right. All right. Let's just start so I can show you what's going on with the Loki skin. So let me set this up in a second. Good evening from the Philippines. Hello to you too as well. X here. Or Kryl. What's your name? Kryl? X Kryl. That's a cool name, by the way. Really nice. It's just me, I don't know. Teach me to make pizza, senpai. Yeah, well, I can do that. It's doable. We'll see. Loki's new helmet. Did he not like it? I missed some stress. No. Should be fine for the. I was just working on Kodama helmet, and it's all finished. The sculpt is all finished. So I was about to start working on the low polygon version, so we can put it on a game. Alright, let me switch to the actual view of what's going on in my screen. Here we go. So this is the body already, not painted though. I'm going to finish the low poly version of the helmet before starting to paint it actually. So yeah, this is where I'm at the moment. It took me a while, but it's working. There are no errors on site, and should look very good, well painted. Well, after painted, anyway. Do you want to see the helmet as well? We got a new one. It's probably, well, I can't load it in here. It's going to take a while. So let me switch to 3ds Max view, and I'll show you the helmet in there. So where is it? All right, perfect. And let me zoom on it. All right, so this is the helmet, the final version of the helmet. I finished it like yesterday. That's a nice AO. Thank you so much. It took me like I had to use some tricks to make any program actually bake like 80 million polygons. That was quite a challenge, but the helmet should be fine. It's about 20, so it's not that heavy. And right now I'm working on the low polygon version, which is going to be like a nightmare, I think, because this helmet is so complex with all the shapes that thank you so much. I was saying, with all the shapes that goes into one another, and so I don't know, it's going to be tough to make it fit like 5k polygons. 80 million is a bit much. It's quite a bit, but you can see where I've used it. I mean, it was like one take anyway, so like one piece. Yeah, well, this is all janky because 3ds Max doesn't really show textures like a game engine. I can only get around 50 million before my computer becomes unstable. Yeah, well, we have to invest in some good piece of hardware to do that, in order to do that, but it's not really necessary because you can easily do it like with a cutted model. But yeah, well, let's say I wanted to test if my computer were able to make such a thing. Usually I'm not going over 50 million as well, but this time I wanted to see where I can push this machine. So let me just start in here. I was working on the arms before. I usually don't need to go more than that. Yeah, well, I use it for sure, like all the tiny details in here. Well, you can't really see them in here because well, this is 3ds Max textures are not great looking, But all the tiny like lines and cutting lines, those are like crazy, and they are all sculpted. Meanwhile, on another game, maybe you make those details as something you put on the normal map on a painting program, like those tiny cuts and everything. And I could do that as well, but I mean, just to test, maybe next time. Looks great though. Well, thank you so much. We'll see how it ends up while it's all painted. Right now it's very flat. It's very like it's monochromatic, so it doesn't really show very well its potential. Like the fits, it's low texture anyway. It's like very compressed in 3ds. So let's move on. Let's do something interesting here. Oh, touch the mic. Just a sec. Okay, where we are? Oh, all right. So right now I'm going to make like the low poly version of one horn, and it's mirrored. But I'd like to see how much polygons it costs me. So let's actually put the polygon counter. Well, if I do it this way, you can't see it, right? No, you can't. All right, let me activate it on the viewport. Where is it? Statistics. Total selection, just selection. And not polygons, but triangles, that's important. And vertex, yeah, of course. FPS, that's not really useful, but yeah, sure. And here we go. All right. So this is tiny piece in here. It's already 194 polygons. Just a second. Let me move the windows in here. Okay. Okay, good. So let's work on it. I don't know. Does this need a curve? Yeah, probably it does. Damn it. So we will have troubles if I'll do it this way. I need to merge this piece in here, which is separated, into the horn, I think. Well, no, just fuck it. I'll do it later. Let's take care of this before. Do we? No, maybe we don't need to do it any other way. Like this should work. Yeah, this should work. All right. Okay, let's start like trying to save some polygon already, because this is going to be crazy. I'm sure of it. It's going to be such a pain in the ass to try to make it fit the 5 the 5,000 polygons. Oh, this is fairly straight. Okay, great. This should work. This should work as well. Maybe like this, yes. Is this Topogan or Max? It's Max. I grew up with Max, so I'm more familiar with it. I've tried Topogan. I don't know. Seems a good software, but I'm already used to this and I've got it, so... It looks like it's got a more similar approach to its UI to Maya than 3D Studio Max. And I can't work with Maya for some reason. It doesn't feel familiar to me. So that's something important. You should try to use... Well, you should learn first of all, but if there is probably a program that's more familiar to you than others, that you already know where to find stuff. Yeah, same. I've been using Maya's Retopo. Yeah. And have you tried Topogan? How was it? Spent a good amount of college just learning Maya. Yeah, around 10-12 hours every day. Yeah, that's pretty much the same thing I've done. And you get used to it. So you know where to find all the stuff, and it's just how your brains try to think about this, because it becomes like a language. Yeah, try Topogan. It's nice since you aren't comfortable with Maxima. Oh yeah, okay, if you're not comfortable with a program already. I've done stuff with Blender as well. I mean, it's all about learning how it communicates. But I don't know if I really like the shortcuts. That's something very important. Shortcuts and keys. I mean, you can change everything on every program pretty much, so it shouldn't really be a problem. But I don't know. I really don't like manual retopology in ZBrush. Yeah, I've tried that once and said no, thank you. Really no. Everything in ZBrush it's more difficult than it should really be. It's crazy. I mean, I'm probably wasting a lot of polygons in here to do this tiny sloping. Let me save some like this already. Let's just save some because I know it's not necessary. Yeah, yep. Yeah, that's ZBrush. It took me such a long time to learn on and off, because when I was trying, I was doing like concept art, so it wasn't really a priority, and I didn't have to really stick with it. When I get frustrated with ZBrush at the time, I was just like closing it. So it took me a long time to really get familiar with ZBrush. Whoops. What have I done? Oh well. Some keys must have zipped. Yeah, this is not... Okay, so this is a tricky part. How we can do this? I think I'll have to know how. Okay, give me a second. It's saving. When you see this icon, the blue icon, it's saving. It's working with huge files, so it takes a while. Fortunately, I've got like NVMe's drives, which are really fast, so it shouldn't hang on us for too much. For the sake of everybody's sanity. How's this? It's kinda okay. How's this? This is shit. Perfect. This is okay. This this should work. It's on the back, so it's important, but not that much that I need to be extra careful with the topology. Yeah, we should close it like this. I will need that slope anyway. Okay, so let's deal with this. Well, it's not that bad. Probably no, it's probably worse than I'm thinking. Is it? Yeah, this has to be okay. I don't need this. Like this. No, it ended up being. Does the Retopol method in Max ignore the reference mesh? What do you mean by that? Can you elaborate? Because I don't think I'm understanding exactly what you mean. Like, can you put points outside your mesh reference? Not really with extent. I can probably do it if I use the step build tool. Otherwise, yeah, I'll have to disable the reference mesh and work on grid. Which is, I think it's better. I think it works better for me as well. Well, for me, for sure. Because I can't fuck it up too much like this. But I see why you want that sometime. Oh, okay, this is working pretty good. So let's close it this way. Okay, perfect. That's how Maya works too. Yeah. Retop already will play it. Well, what do you mean by already? I'm working on this thing for such a long time. And hello, Matsan. How's it going? So here's a problem. If I do this angle like this, it will display the curve correctly. But I can even do it like this, and it will be. It's probably going to work pretty well because it's not so sharp. See? Yeah, I think it works. Let's hope so. No, it works. It definitely works like this. Perfect. We've saved probably 4 polygons. Probably. I don't know. We are at 382. And I have done like a piece of ore in here. Damn. The target is 5,000 maximum. Which should be okay for everything, I mean, but it's a challenge. And I'm actually like I'm really glad we are at this point right now, because I really enjoy doing this. It's very fun. It's not as fun when you have to do it more than one time for the same object, but I think it's very relaxing. So fortunately today is going to be a chill stream. So if you want to talk about anything, just let me know. I'm here. Yeah, see this piece of shit of 3D Studio Max, what's doing in here. I mean, I wanted to show you on the model while working on this, but it's not allowing us. Maybe I can put it on the X mode. It's not showing the normal maps. With maps? No, it's not working. Hi, only for Primey. How are you? What's up? Hello. Realistic materials with maps. Yeah, I'm breaking it. See? When things works, try to break them. Come on. Come on, ZBrush. You can do it. Fuck. I think it died. Oh. Okay, it didn't. Perfect. Let's keep working. And let's not change anything just because. Good. Is this the lucky skin? Yes. Yes. I'm working on the low poly version of the helmet, which is what you will get in game. This is the helmet. This is the high poly version. It's about 20,000. No, 20 million. Sorry. It's a little more than that. It's 20 million polygons. And I have to turn everything you see those 20 million polygons into 5,000 at maximum. So it's going to be quite a challenge, but it's a fun part of game development, or more clearly game assets development. Is this 3ds Max? Yes, it is. It's not what I would recommend, but it's what I'm used to, so that's what I use. I'm faster with 3D Studio Max. I can use anything else though, that's not quite a problem. It's just I'm just more comfortable with it. I'm liking where the helmet is going. Yeah, well, it's going to feel very different with textures on it, because right now you're just seeing a white blob pretty much. It's not very defined. You won't know where the resting areas are and everything else. So pretty much anything you see right now, it's going to look way better with colors and materials. It's like everybody uses something else. Yeah, everybody has learned how to make 3D art on a wide variety of programs, because there are so many. But the most used in a studio environment are Maya, definitely, and 3D Studio Max. I mean, some people use other tools just that do just like retopology, and but I like to have everything in one program if I can. I don't like to switch many programs for one thing. So I've learned how to make retopologizing in 3D Studio Max. It's not that bad at all. It's actually a pretty good program for retopologizing. Can I close this? I probably can't close this like this. I can't, right? No. What do you use, Matsan? And how's your skin, your Inaro skin going? What's that green bit doing? This is the actual this green bit. It's the low polygon version of this helmet. It's the version that's going to be in the game. Well, I will use these spheres when I get there, I think. Well, you wouldn't have much control with those, though. If you can... Oh, wow, that's a great break. What the fuck? It worked for me before, but yeah, you don't have control, though. Something broke. Oh, it went back. Perfect. Can you give me like the stand? Okay, stay like this. I was saying, this green bit is the model that's going into the game, because you can't put like 20 million polygons of just a helmet into the model, into the game. I mean, everything will go really slow. As you can see right here, it's not really responsive, and it's just one model. Imagine if there were like I don't know, 15 warframes in a scene with 20 million polygon heads, or bodies for that matter. It will be I mean, too much. The body on a warframe, it's 10,000 polygons, and on the helmet it's 5,000, so 20 million for just one head. It's too much, but it's required if you want to do like all these tiny details while sculpting. So what you do for a game is you make the high polygon version model, sculpted and everything, and then you transfer those details in a texture map that you put on top of low polygon version of the model. That you have to do manually most of the time, or sometimes you use like automatic programs to do that, but it never, like, you never end with a very good and optimized version. So that's why I'm saying you probably won't get like the best result with these spheres. Yeah, I'm very curious about that skin, how it will end up. Madzan. I mean, I'm curious of everybody else's work. I think you can always learn if you see something different from yours. So that's why. Does this... Come on. Give me both. Really? You're not really sure about it as well? What's... Well, not that I am, but... I mean... Why are you? It's your first time doing a game asset? I'd guess it would be hard to come up with a different concept than pharaohs and sun stuff. Yeah, well, I'll answer that as well. I know it's for Madzan, but yes, it is, for sure. Because when you do a skin for 3D model, you have to... you are confined in the actual model, which is a pharaoh for sure. So it's hard to come up with something that's in that space, and that also breaks the visual aspects of it. That's why when you see a skin that's transforming a lot your Warframe, you should really congratulate with the artist, because that's very difficult to do. That's why I should say bravo to Freddy Hasmoth for that Corpus was Excalibur, yes. That's quite a feat. So you couldn't give Rhino the figure of Neza? No, at all. Not at all. Rhino will still look like Rhino, but you have to put some other design inside of him. Inside of his shape. Yeah, it only took me 2 months. Well, it took me 2 months to do my Nova. Took me probably more than 2 months. So yeah, it's really difficult. But it looks great. Yes, yes it does. That's because the artist is very good as well. Because you can do stuff that looks different from the actual model that's underneath, but it doesn't mean it will come out good. Alright, this doesn't work. You see sometimes a quad, which is a polygon, makes a cut, because a polygon is always composed by 2 triangles, and sometimes it makes a cut where it shouldn't, and it's a pain in the ass, so you have to go there manually and stop it. You can also invert them, like in the engine, but it's actually a more expensive process. I will need more clicks, and the end result will still be this. Like you can see in here, it's doing that as well. And if I do this, there is no colliding. Some pieces they have them as well, but if it's not too much, it's still going to work. It's very flexible as the projection, I mean, sorry. Rebel's Sword cursor, I think it's called. That will look cool on the word, yeah. For a skin, okay, great. You guys are planning stuff. That's great. Alright, so we have a shortage of... Well, no, I think I've fixed it. Okay. I don't know if this piece is going to look very well done on a projection. So we'll leave it at that right now, but if it breaks, we know why. I mean, by breaks, I mean it doesn't make the normal map good in this piece. So what I'm doing right now is I'm creating... Oh, stop. Well, yes, alright. I'm creating another surface in here because I need a slope. How much time average does it take to make a skin from scratch? It depends. It depends on what you're doing. Because if it's something that you have done a lot of times and you know already what to do and how to do it and how to achieve a particular look, that takes probably 2 or 3 weeks at maximum. If it's something really different that you have to explore various design styles, it may take way more. For example, I know Fred Faven, he does his stuff in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, his Grax stuff, because he got so good at it that that now is even super fast at it, because you'll get super fast in the end. But like this skin, that I didn't know what the final look of it should have been. I knew only like the theme. It took me a month and a half, maybe. Sometimes, like if it's really complex, like Frelin Asmoth's Corpus Excalibur, may take 2 months. My Nova Visage as well took me more than 2 months. It depends. I don't know how much time is taking at Matzan to make his Anaros. How much is it already, Matzan? If you want to say. Let's say it's not. It's actually not a part-time job. What am I doing right now? Can I do this? No, better not do this. But maybe. I would lose my sanity if I had to do a Grax skin for Equinox. Yes, I mean everybody will. It's probably if somebody can do it, that's Frederick, because he's got the style nailed, so he will be able to do it fast. It wouldn't be easy, and it wouldn't be like relaxing or anything, but it will definitely be faster than it will take me, because of course I'm going to do something like out of mind. That's just what I do. So pretty much everybody will lose his mind to do that. I don't even know why DE did that, but yeah. Loved Favens Voban Grux. Yes, everybody did. This stuff is getting better and better every time. Ooh, this is like a nest. This is not great at all. I think there is nothing to do. Tenogen in general makes you lose your sanity. Well, yes, that happened to me with my next skin that I have to go back and change after I finish this. So if you want to see me like crying on screen, you probably should watch when I start working on that skin again for the 5th time, I think. About 3 months, but I'm not doing it full time like you guys. Yeah, if you don't do it full time, it's going to take even more. Yeah, for sure. 80 hours. That sounds about right. Oh, it's raining. Cool. So we have a problem in here. Tenogen is a bit glamorized since no one really sees what happens behind the scene. Yes, that's why I'm doing this, actually. I think it does for an entertaining stream sometimes. I mean, sometimes it's boring for everybody, but people take it for granted, IMO. Yeah. I'm not doing it because I want people to take it differently, but it's always good when your users understand the process behind it. Like, it's quite like all the requests we get, they're always like, can you do I don't know, Neja with wings and I don't know, giant hands? We are always like, no, unfortunately that's not how it works. And sometimes people just talks about Tenogen like we are doing the textures and that's it. That's the models just appears on the screen, but we are not doing that at all. We are actually doing full-fledged 3D models and then turn them into textures for an existing 3D models. It's way more complex than it is. So I like to inform the users that follow us on how complex this is. So maybe they can suggest, like you guys, if you know how it works, you can make suggestions that are more doable, and we will be able to do more for you guys. 50% done? No, No, not 50% done. This is done. Give him more faces. Stop it. Hello, lad, but you're already messing up everything. The deluxe skins look very complex. The deluxe skins are very complex, but they're able to do a new model. We are not. The only new model we are able to do is the helmet. What we do on the body should stay on the original body, and we can't get out of that shape. Meanwhile, if we do a different helmet, we can actually turn the different helmet into a new 3D model, which is what I'm doing right now. I don't know if I've explained it in an understandable way for you guys. Let me know if you want some more explanation on, or I've said something that confused you. I'm here for that. This is what Digital Extremes does when they make a new Warframe or a deluxe skin, which is different from what we do for a body skin. They don't give you the prime models, do they? Do they only normal? Yes, only the normal models. We can't work on the prime models, unfortunately. So the prime models can be put on top of what we do, but most of the time they'll just cover everything because we can't work taking those on consideration too much. Because we don't have them, pretty much. That's the problem. More polished than regular skins, I think. Like the Tenogen stuff, you think are more polished than the regular skins? I don't know that. I don't know that. Some of them are, for sure. Yes. Some others they are not. They have actually like way less details than the original skins, but they still work. I'm not saying they don't work or it's a poor job, like by far. That's not what I'm saying. But more polished, and well, no, not in most cases. The deluxe are more polished than the actual models. That's not true as either. They are about the same because they are made by the same people most of the time. But for sure they are. You know why you think that's the case? It's probably because they do the deluxe skins for the Warframes that are out for a long time already, and the standard has changed from like I don't know the first 3 Warframes, for instance. Right now the models are way more complex and like better textures and everything. So yeah, the deluxe skins they do for those models that are out for sometimes they are more polished. Yes, you're right. Because I know Vauban and Sarin have problems with prime accents. Oh yeah, well, not prime accents. I mean everything prime. My Siren skin just disappears if you put the prime parts on top. Well, every Siren skin disappears if you put the prime parts on top. Because the prime parts are just pieces of models on top of the original ones. Oh, 1 second. Okay, no, I didn't make a mistake. Sometimes I'll have to be careful. No, this works better. Yes. Ooh. Okay. I've got vertex by mistake. I think it messes with the suppressor skin textures. What? The Vobans? You know why that is? It's probably DE's fault, because back in months ago there were this problem where the prime parts models were taking the base model textures for no reason, because they have their own. So that's probably what's going on with Voban, because they forgot to fix it. But that's something the author should ask them to fix. If you guys have noticed this type of problem, ask the author to contact DE and look for a solution, because there is it's something that happened for me as well with Nova, and it's something that DE can fix fairly easily right now. I think it's they know already how to do it, so it shouldn't mess with the prime parts textures. That's what I'm saying. It's a bug. It happens sometimes. Okay, this is a problem. And this is working already better. How can you contact a creator? I mean, you're contacting me, right? You have my page, you can leave me a message. You can open a forum message and try to tag the creator nickname on it. He will see it. Or just, I don't know, leave him a message on his Steam page. He'll see it. It appears like a message appears to you that somebody left a message. If it's a Technogen creator, I mean. If it's DEs, just open a ticket. I need to change this camera. It's not working very well. It's probably too old. In the next days, I'll come up with something new. Oh, come on. Sometimes it slows down and it thinks I'm still pressing a key, so it moves everything. So this tiny horn in here from, I believe just the horns are 8 million polygons. This tiny horn I'm redoing right now, it's 740 polygons, both of them. Well, triangles, not polygons. Did you see the video Faven did with Profi? Yes. Do you mean Profi videos? Yes, I've seen it. I've also asked Profi if you were available to do something like that for me as well. But he does what he wants. So he said when he feels to. I'm in the market though. If somebody's can do videos like that, Leave me a message. Yeah, maybe I'm bad with names. Yeah, no. It's Profi, right? I think it's right. You're gonna mirror the UV for the helmet. Yeah. I'm gonna definitely mirror the UVs for the horns. I don't know about the helmet. Usually I don't mirror the center of it because I like to give it some differences between left and right. You work so clean. My eye poly usually has hidden shit underneath. Well, who cares about the eye poly though? What do you mean your eye poly? If it's your poly that has hidden shit underneath, that's a problem. But that's your goal, lad. You should get as good as I am. No, I'm joking. You should though learn how to save polygons and be and do a clean job, because if you don't, it's going to hurt the game. If you have like hidden polygons that are not showing and they're just there to slow down the game because the game actually has to render them. I mean, if you do it, if one it's like that, if one model is like that, it's not going to be a problem. But if you are the artist that's making all the models for a game, and all of them have problems like that, a huge amount of polygons are going wasted, like inside the model for no reason. So that's a poor job. Yeah, it usually affects me during revisions, so the recent items, I usually do them more clearly. Yeah. We notice, like these and more expert modelers, they notice those stuff. So it's more professional if you try to keep it clean. It's actually, like, if you see something like this, it says that you know what you're doing, right? So it's easier for a client to trust you with more stuff in the future. And it actually means that you care about their game and you want them to have the best model you can actually do. How do you tell? Put in the energy. How do I tell? What do you mean by how do you tell? Ooh, this is passing out so much. I don't know what you mean, but how do you tell? But how do I put in the energy? It's because I love what I'm doing. I love to make 3D models. It's my passion. I love the sculpting. I love the team as well. And I was a concept artist before, so I love like to come up with new concepts, new designs, and stuff that you guys actually like. Oh, by the way, what software is that? 3D Studio Max? I usually use Topogon. It's 3D Studio Max, yes. I'm just more used to it. It's not because it's better. I meant put. Okay. Yeah, I'll put the energy because I love what I'm doing. And it pays my bills. That helps. But, well, even when it wasn't paying my bills, I still made it because, man, I love the game, I love the style, I love to do design and everything. So that's just what I like to do. It's hard though. It's very hard, and you have to treat it. It's a full-time job for like by all means. So it's no different from what I was doing before when I worked for clients when I was doing concept art. It's just that my clients, it's me right now and you guys. So when I do the concept for a model, they have they have to be really good for my standards. So it's quite difficult, and the result has to be good for your likings. So it's actually quite difficult as well. And yeah, you need to have a lot of patience because it takes so much time. That's a given. And also coffee and tea. That helps for the energy. Who's your favorite frame? My favorite frame, by looks, it might be Sarin Prime. Excalibur as well. I love it. How it's made. Loki is very cool. Pretty much I love every starter Warframe except Mesa. No, not Mesa. Sorry, except Mag. It's not really great as, I don't know, like Loki or Excalibur. It was more explorative, I think, as a design. But about the new ones, Nidus, pretty great looking. It's not really new by now, is it? Lots of them. That's the right reason, the right answer. Sorry. I like lots of Warframes because I generally like the style. And I think the artist that works with digital extremes are so good. I mean, damn, some stuff they do, I wouldn't know where to start. Even if you see me able to do this kind of things. So I like them all. Well, not all of them. Come on, some of them I really don't, but most of them they are what I like the most on any kind of design. I don't know about everyone else though. Let's hear it. Come on, guys. Who's next? Madzan, what's your favorite Warframe? Led, what's yours? One second. Korra is coming out soon. Do you think she will be hard to make a skin for? No, I don't think she will be hard to make a skin for. She doesn't seem too complex in that aspect. But maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Can't be sure until I see the final model. Almost done? I want it now. It's not possible to have it now, Rob. But he is at a good point. It's all curved wrong right now. Maybe I can fix it. Alright. Make them release it as the last batch of round 11. That doesn't work that way, but it's about to be done. Come on. I mean, it's all final. What you see in here, it's all final. I need to make the low poly helmet, which is what I'm doing right now, and then we'll paint it, and you'll see what crazy stuff I do for painting these models, which is not that crazy at all. I'm just I'm just making it sound more exciting than it actually is. Oops, that was not the right edge. Okay, this needs to be specified. What's going on, Rob? How are you? And do you like it right now? I mean, it's I hope so, because I wouldn't make another one. So I hope this is the one you like. Ooh, 7. Alright, this piece in here should be a pain in the ass for sure. I'll show you why. Because it's more curved than it will look. Well, actually not. I'm good, and yes, I like it. Rose gold though. Yeah, well, okay. We'll use rose gold while we're painting it, so you'll be able to preview it when it's been made. I forgot your favorite frame was Loki. I didn't though. I really didn't, because I've been I've been gently asked to make a Loki skin for a long time right now. So I haven't forgotten. I've been harassing you for months. Nah, come on. It's not even the most request Warframe. It's probably just you asking me about Loki. If you want to know. The most request one, I think it's Nidus. You don't have to lie. I don't do anything gently. I mean, come on. You weren't so harsh. I have an obsession with rose gold. Yeah. You know that rose gold, it's copper. It's more copper than rose gold. You've been fooled. Somebody made you think that's gold. Is Nidus next on the list? Yes, but after I finish this, I have to work on Nyx, and I have to implement all the feedback that he gave me on Nyx. And I really wish it's the last time I'm working on Nyx. I mean, I think it will be the last time, because I don't know if I want to really do it another. Like, if what I do it's not okay, even following the feedback, I don't know if I want to continue work on that Nyx. It's been too much. Hello, Solomon Prime. What's up? Hello. I want the Nyx so bad. Yeah, yes, I want it to be done so bad. I want to be over with that Nyx skin. It took me too much, and I hadn't figured out what was wrong with it for such a long time. But it should be okay. It should be okay next time. And we'll do it like live. So if something's going wrong, I hope DE can intervene, like like live. I'm surely going to show it to skiers. Oh, working on a Loki skin? Yes, it's about to be done. I'm doing the low poly version of the helmet. This is the skin. It's not painted yet. Of course it's not. I honestly don't get it. That skins was leaps and bounds better than what was in the store. That's what I thought, but there is stuff that's not okay for the right now. So I have to make them happy about what I'm doing, because they are my client after all. They are the people who are selling this stuff. They are the people who are buying the rights to publish them on console, and so I have to make them happy about what they're putting their trust on. What are we talking about? Nick Saturnia? Yes, she needs some corrections. Let me show you guys the actual body, because this is not a great representation of it. It kinda looks okay, but it's not. 3D Studio Max doesn't show you a good version of it. So let me just move into this, and so you can see it better. So we are going as far as having this type of details. Can I make it more glossy? Yes. Okay, thank you. More metallic? That's too much metallic. This is really cool. With my favorite creators all in one stream. Oh man, I've been waiting for that skin for so long already. Can't wait for finally get it. Yes, I hope I can do it. I will. I mean, I don't hope I can do it. I know I can, because I know what's wrong with it now. So we'll do it live, so you guys can see what I'm changing, and give me some suggestion if you want. Maybe it's something that I'm not seeing then. Maybe art style or something, because I've bought Nick Stanogen, and while I think they're fine, I still need Saturnian. Okay, thank you so much, Rob. I'll tell you what it is. It's you know that Nick Saturnian has those flower eyes on her body. Those are not really into Warframe style too much, because they don't look really organic. They look like they are they are from another design style, from another style, put on top of the model. So that's the main thing they want me to work on. And the helmet has that problem that those leaf eyes, feathers, whatever they are actually 3D, so they're not on top of them, and they don't look really like they will come out from a Warframe thing whatsoever. So they want me to rework the whole model and the shape of those to be more organic looking and be more like they are they're coming from the Warframe universe, which is quite a lot of work, because I'll have to rework pretty much everything on the skin, because there are so many of them. And but that's what I was doing wrong for a long time, and I didn't understand what they were saying me on the feedback they gave me. So that's what I will have to change, and it's going to be a lot of work, but we'll do it. It's not impossible. Sexy clean bakes, yes. Good morning, Pyra. Good morning. Hey, hello. The other ones are amazing too, but not that amazing. Well, thank you. Thank you, Solomon Prime. Is Italian difficult with the resin wings thing, or is it just the model shrinks? No, no, it's not that difficult, I think, because those razor things, they are just one, and they are repeated in the whole model. So yeah, I just have to do one, and they repeat. That's it. So Titan is not that difficult. It's just she's so thin, and she does have like very particular shapes. It's hard to find a good concept for her that will fit those base shapes. So I haven't thought about it already, but I will in the future. So Warframite flowers, shame. Yeah. Rabbi wanna do a Clan Prime review. Yeah, okay, that sucks. I really like those details. I will still keep them in a way, but they'll have to have a different language. But I will try to keep them in there, in a different aspects. Your skins are my absolute favorite among Tenogens, so here's something for your hard work. Thank you so much, Solomon Prime. Thank you so much for the bits. And I'm really glad you like my work. I work so hard on them. It's always a pleasure to hear somebody praising them. Thank you so much. Alright, back to work. You've seen it, right? You've seen Loki's ass tail and everything else. What if we make everything on this model rose gold? And then we'll go. Like this? My pleasure. Thank you so much. Here you go. Is this the rose gold you guys were thinking about? Is that okay? I don't know. We should move on. Let me change. All right. Back to 3D Studio Max. So we were working on the low poly version of the helmet. It needs a touch more yellow. Well, we'll change it while we are painting it. I think Rob just died. Nah, come on. We'll make it look very fabulous while we are painting it. It's going to be fun because more often than not I keep changing colors into something really egregious to see if it's working. So we're going to have so much fun with that. And I'm probably going to be ready to paint it in I don't know, a couple of days, maybe tomorrow, but it's probably not going to be like tomorrow exactly. Maybe the day after tomorrow. Yeah, that can work. I'm gonna have you running in the shower so I can keep an eye on my baby. Okay. Okay, sure. Be sure to use cold water though. I mean, no, I'm joking. Don't hear what I say. I feel like you are a biological mother having the baby, having a happy mother taking the baby in. Okay, so excited. Okay, that's very disturbing, but yeah, all right, if that works for you. Pyra. I don't know what that means, but that's probably what I'm thinking. That's one way to put it, I guess. Yep. That's a very disturbing way to put it, I guess. Okay, so right now we have kind of a problem because we need to. It's load amount. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was exactly what I was thinking. Okay. Alright, now it's more squared. The problem is in here because it's not really squared in here, so I'll have to try to adapt it, but we are missing some topology in here. We'll probably need another cut. Lewd is a cringy word, Nemo. Why is that so? Is that the correct way to say it? Lewd? I don't know. I'm not really English. If you if you believe it. I mean, seriously. But I don't know how to say it. I don't think I've ever heard the word. Just sounds strange to me. Okay. Well, it does sound strange to me as well, because I don't know how to pronounce it. Yep, it's how you say it. So it's Lud. Lud. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's similar to rude. Okay, so it's lewd. Okay, cool. Thank you guys. I'm learning English, which is something I need. It's another reason why I'm doing the streams, to learn about to be more fluent within my English, and trying to learn new words as well. I mean, I will need somebody else to speak with. That's why we will do a Tenogen podcast soon. I haven't. As I've said last time that I was going to organize it, but I haven't done anything about it very much, except thinking about what we can do to entertain you in the meantime. We are speaking about stupid shit. But funny enough, I also have to grab a shower. Okay. I mean, English is my second language as well, so I understand the struggle. Yeah, it's I don't have anybody else to speak English with here in Sardinia, Italy. So I'm not exactly sure what you're doing. Mind explaining what and why you're doing? Okay, sure. I'm scared. I don't even talk that much. All right, lad. You'll have to learn. So what I'm doing right now is, you see the helmet in here. A Warframe model is about 10,000 polygons for the body and 5,000 polygons for the helmet. It may be less, but it can't be higher, because that's the target Digital Extremes has for their models. This helmet right now is the high polygon version what I was sculpting. So everything you see in here, it's an actual 3D model. So every curve, everything, it's actually a 3D made. This helmet in here is 20 million polygons, pretty much. So you can't put it on the game because it will slow down everything. You'll have to make a low poly version of that of this helmet or the body. The body that I've made the texture for Loki Kodama from is 80 million polygons, so it will probably crash every computer in existence if you put such a model into Warframe. So you need to do a low polygon version of the model, which is this one on top. This is a part of the horns. And from 20 million polygons, I have to make a shell that has the same shape of the high polygon version model. That is less than 5,000 polygons. Then once you have that put in place, once you have that done, you make the textures from the high polygon version of the model that will transfer into the low polygon version. So you'll have a 5,000 polygon model with the textures, and it will look like the 20 million polygon model, pretty much. Ooh, it's spazzing out. Okay, stop it. Alright. So right now I'm reconstructing that shell, that it has to be not more than 5,000 polygons. That's why I'm trying to be mindful where I'm putting the squares and triangles. I've been to Milan in Italy. It was very calm. Wow, Milan was very calm. It's probably one of the most chaotic cities we have in Italy, if not the most. Probably Rome is about the same, but the others are way more chill. I guess most of the time we see around 300k, 400k polygons, or maybe even less on the screen. Maybe even 150. Yes, on your screen, while everything is rendered, you're probably seeing about 3,000 polygons, 300,000 polygons, or 500,000 polygons, not more, because everything that's in front of you makes everything that's behind that object like disappear. That's why you see you don't see like millions and millions of polygons on screen, but you can render 1 million polygon probably easily on a game. The problem is that you can't render 20 million polygons just for a head. That's the same amount of polygon for every Warframe, like 20 million for this one, 20 million for your other friends playing with you. It won't work. It's struggling to render this one on my PC right now because it's too much. It needs such a huge amount of CPU and GPU processing. That's not how game engine work. So what you're seeing, like all those details, are on the texture. I'll show you that as well when we get to it. I'll show you how we can transfer all these details into the low polygon version, and it will be more clear now that you know. Come on, I think I have the touch. Yes, alright, I'll have to just give me a second. I have the touch activated on my Wacom tablet for some reason, and it's making everything spaz out when I put my hands. Yes, touch off. Okay, thank you. That's why some indie games run so bad, whatever engine they use. Yeah, improper occlusion optimization. Yeah, they probably don't even know what occlusion is. We weren't in a very busy area, maybe that's why. I've been... Okay, oh yeah. Yeah, well, if you are around Milan, like the cities around Milan, it's not that bad. But Milan, like center, it's a nightmare. It's impossible. Was that explanation pretty clear about why we need to make the low polygon version of the models? Okay, we can close this. Well, some of 3A games run like us on PC, so yeah. Those are probably our ports, and it's a driver problem. You know what? Most of the games that have problems running, it's because if they are ports, it's because post-processing optimization. Most of them. Wasn't Batman? Yes, exactly. And that was because of post-processing, I think, mostly. It's also how the logic works, and when they load models, I don't know, maybe I'll make you an example. When you are about to when you are close to a zone in Warframe or any other game, the game has like this huge circle that's loading what's around you. It's not loading like the whole game, since as far as you can see, it's probably loading just what you can see on screen, and it's loading a low polygon version on an even lower, because that's another reason. It's loading a low polygon version of what you can see like from afar. That's why in some games there is you can see the models changing in shape. You know what I mean? Like you are watching a tree from afar and you came close and the tree gets more complex and more good to look at. Some games are not very well optimized, and that process is not working correctly. So you maybe see, like, I don't know, all the foliage on a tree that's far behind, and maybe it's behind, I don't know, a huge building that you shouldn't even see that tree, but it's loading, and that's slowing down your PC. That's what optimization does for a game. That's why this image are. What's this? Let me see. Let me see if lads understand. Yes, that was exactly the what I was thinking. Yeah, look what lad just put on the chat from Horizon Zero Dawn. That's the field of view of a player, and it's loading everything that's about to come up in the screen, and it's loading everything that's that you are not looking at anymore. And if something like that is not working properly in a game, the game slows down a lot. I think DM took many tricks from... Yes. That's all technology that's being shared from quite some time, right? At this point. So they know how to make it work. It's not easy anyway, because DE doesn't have an engine that does it for them, so they have to write everything. But they can since they are doing that, they can even optimize everything to like a crazy point and make their game run on a super low-end machines as well, which maybe somebody that's using like, I don't know, the Unreal Engine can't really do, or Unity or whatever. People can't really do that type of thing. Was it Ghost Recon Wildlands have the problem? I don't remember what the problem was with Ghost Recon or Wildlands, but I think that was a problem. That was a post-processing problem. And by the way, post-processing, if you don't know, are all the things that happens on screen. Thank you so much for the Solomon Prime. Oh my god, thank you so much. Thank you. The post-processing are all the effects that are happening on a game after everything is being rendered. So it's like anti-aliasing and the bloom effects, a lot of stuff, pretty much. Like full screen ambient occlusion and reflections. It's a lot of stuff that's happening in the post-processing. And sometimes, most of the times, it can slow things down a lot if it's not done properly. And it has to be optimized for every driver and every type of PC. It's quite a problem for games because you can't really do it like you do it in on a console where you have all the hardware already. You know already what the hardware your game is running on, so you just have to optimize your game for that type of hardware and it will run fine. On a PC you have to take in consideration like a huge variety of video cards and CPUs and drivers, because all people wouldn't have like the last version of the video drivers maybe, and that's a problem as well. It's super complex. So if you release a new game that's working very well, maybe on your PC with all the drivers, it's not said that it will work on every PC. Maybe that type of post-processing you were showing on your videos doesn't really work on everybody's computer. So you'll have to ditch it and use another one. That's such lots of things can change. So yeah, and a huge part of that it's the shading, which is like the ability for artists. It's not the ability actually. It's how the game engine renders the textures and everything on a game, and it has to be written to work for your game specifically. If you want something special that nobody else game does, or even I don't know, if you want some effects that you can't really buy anywhere else. Like Warframe's tint masks. You haven't seen another game that does the coloring of Warframe like Warframe do, right? That's why that's cause Digital Extremes has written that code up for their game, and they have done it in a way that that you can really customize it. And that's something that, if done wrong, can slow down your game a lot as well. I'm probably gonna update my PC soon, since it's my birthday in 3 days. Well, in 3 days I'm gonna say to you, happy birthday. What will you get though? Do you have a target? Have you already made a list of things you want to buy. That's cool, though. Whoops. No, I need this. Okay. So, how many polygons is this already? 1,130. So 1,000 polygons are gone for the top part of the horns, and I'll have to be sure I'm inside the 5k range. So it's going to be quite a pain in the ass. This has to be done for every model, by the way. I suck at computers, so my younger brother made a list. I haven't got a clue. Well, I hope your young brother knows what it's doing. I had to do the same thing, in December. I bought a new PC, which is what I'm using right now. And every time you do it, you have to learn the new technologies that are out there. It's such a pain in the ass because it's so difficult to keep up with every manufacturer. And especially if you want to buy like the best stuff. It took me, I don't know, a month maybe to choose every piece, and it took me like another month to be able to get them, because some stuff wasn't like even in the market yet, or it was like coming out in days from my purchase, so I had to wait. But it's fun. I mean, it's not. It's more fun to build it, actually, like put it together. But it's fun to choose the parts and like try to buy everything that's compatible together. I mean, it's not fun if you screw it up and some things don't work. That's not fun. But yeah. I need to save up from ThernoCon this year. Flight's expensive as fuck. I don't know if it... Man, I really want to go, but it will cost me like... I'd say about $2,000 to $3,000 to be there. Which... it's doable, maybe. I'll have to see how my finances are at that point, but it's so much money, which is crazy, and I hate to be living so far. Man, I really wish I was closer. Let's say that. Someone invented a teleporter already. Yeah, I mean, like, give Elon Musk some time. Sorry, Elon Musk. Not a plain person, lol. Yeah, well. We need elongated muskrat to create a teleporter fast. Exactly. There's a problem with the teleporters, though. I mean, I wouldn't really trust them. I'd like to fly there before using the teleporter, but the problem is that it's so expensive. I looked into it recently, and I think it's going to be around Jesus for me. Just the flight, Solomon. What? No. Euros. 1,700 euros. I mean, if it's just the flight, they kill you every time. In effect, yes, the teleporter doesn't really work. By the time you come out on the other side, it's not you; it's your rival clone. Flight plus hotel. Well, if that was my case, I would be okay then. My problem is that just the flight, it's 1,500 euros for me. Just the flight. So, fuck, it's a problem. That's because I live on an island mostly, and but it's not so much cheaper for this part of Europe anyway. I mean, I think if you live on the north side, it will probably cost you a little less, but I'm not really sure about it. I mean, I'm in a pickle because I'd really like to go. I'll probably go for an Airbnb, lol. But it's my first time out of the country, so I don't know. Man, I don't know. Is it wise for you to invest such a huge amount of money right now? Lad. I mean, I could do it, but it will still hurt my finances. It's not something I can do it lightly. Wow, that's rough. I'm flying from West Germany, and the flights are 1,100 together. Yeah, I see. Well, the problem is I live on Italy in Sardinia, which is an island in the middle of the Mediterranean Ocean. It's close to Corsica, like right below. So I have to take a flight to go somewhere in Italy, I think. Then fly from there to somewhere northern Europe, and then into Canada. So it's like it will take me probably 24 hours before getting there, and yeah, it's very costly. And I'll be like destroyed. I mean, I will probably be so tired while I'm there. Unless I want to stay a couple of days, like a week, an entire week, but that will cost me even more, which is not so much of a problem like the hotel, but altogether, man. Yeah, I mean, 1 month of Tanogen can last me for 3-4 months, even more. So I'm just saving for TerraCon now. Yeah, well, probably with the exchange, it's probably cheaper for you than it is for us living in Europe. Goddamn. The homeland where sardines were invented. Yeah, well, probably yes. If you have seen Cloudy with a Chance of Meatball, the DreamWorks movie, that's the island I'm living in. That's pretty much where they took the idea from. I really want to go this year. Well, me as well. Also, I need Rob's autograph. Maybe no. Okay. All right. Can I at least try to finish this before I have to go in half an hour? I don't know. Let me see something. The horns. Alright, there's quite a big piece to do still. If you go, maybe get an Airbnb for accommodation, it's way cheaper. I don't know if I want to go for an Airbnb though, because I'd like to take my girlfriend as well and see Canada, that part of Canada. So it would be it wouldn't be the best go for an Airbnb. Let's loop this. So basically you want Canada sex. Well, probably that's going to happen, but I mean, even if it doesn't, it's not so much of a problem, I think. But yeah, we'd like to visit the country. It's not often that actually it's never happened before that we were able to exit this freaking island because work and stuff and money, mostly money. So yeah, it's a chance. Why not? The problem is it will cost so much. That's crazy. Did internal account tickets include hotel, or am I remembering this wrong? So nope, unfortunately no, I don't think so. I mean, it's Tanocon. It's just yeah, it's just for attending. Ooh. What? Well, whoops, the camera is going. Okay. I tried to get Canada sex, but someone's got to him sooner. Guys, I mean, don't fight. Gives new meaning to Bugged Milk. Okay, the Origin Express by the London Convention Center is nice. I get the king size bed each time. That's cool, Byra. I'm not. Just sad. That's cool. That's probably what we will do. If we'll be able to. I don't know. I'll have to check with my accountant. Pretty much. It's a problem. It's really a problem. Or did they just refer to a nearby hotel on the site? That's probably more the case, Solomon Prime. They can take like some deals with them, with local businesses. Yeah, that's probably more it. We passed PG about 20 comments ago. Well, this is not a PG stream. It's never meant to be a PG stream. You guys can say whatever you want, and I will as well. So don't worry about it. freaking weird. Okay, it's one speech. We were playing the same music right now. Really? I mean, if you have, I'm playing a radio, so yeah. That's not so weird. Gert, okay. It started. Great. Fantastic. I'm moving on. Of course, Rob, just look at the floppy Sayonara reviews. What's the floppy Sayonara reviews? Okay. What's wizard? I mean, do I want to know? I don't know. Okay. Penis Gert wizard. I think I'm out of the loop about that stuff. Sorry. I'm not informed. Fishing with I would love to have an official Sayonara with floppy physics though. Man, just ask. We need to ask for that. Like a version of it. You can have the standard one and the floppy one if you want. I would use the floppy one every time. The referral when booking to the hotel after you have bought a ticket, you get that discount. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, that was what I was thinking. That's pretty cool though from the I made Covenant Sayonara. Which one was it? I don't remember shit, guys. You'll have to know that by now, so I'm sorry. I'm sure I've seen it, but and I'm sure I remember the looks of it. But fuck if I remember the name. It's probably going to cost me a lot one day. It's basically a pair of floppy young index. Great. The one with the dick piercing, Santiago. What the shit? Am I missing something? What game is it? I mean, it's probably the favorite for Flashy Excalibur. Alright, let's check this out. Let me see. I'm sure I've seen it, but... Oh, that link don't work. Why not? Yeah, no, it doesn't. Does it? Oh, yeah, okay. Of course I've seen it. And it's cool, actually. What's the problem with it? No, it works, don't worry. And yeah, of course I've seen it. I knew what it was, for sure. I don't remember the names. Because I'm damaged, probably. Oh yeah, I can see it now. Oh yeah, cool. That's really great. Turns out a picture of an actual product. Yes, okay. And what's the problem with it? They made it floppy, and you didn't like that. It wasn't meant to be that floppy. It's just too gross. What happened? Nothing's wrong with it. Okay. Then I don't get it. Oh, we were talking about... Okay. Okay, got it. I mean, that's a weird thing we are doing right now about those bandanas that they look like they're metal or some stuff, like they're hard material, but the physics doesn't match the aesthetic. It's happening like more and more, and I don't know if there is a fix for it. Keep up, it's okay. Yeah, I'm old. You can't really expect me to be like on the ball all the time. All right. Aren't the ticket out already, Salmon Prime? I thought... maybe not. I'm pretty sure I'm the oldest in Tanojan. Yeah? I'm going to be 36 soon. Well, you probably are then, but not by much. I'm 34 here. About to be 34, yeah. So yeah, you're old. Okay, yeah. The best ones are the old farts. Well, much old farts. Yeah. We'd like to say we are the more experienced ones. Okay. That's not true at all. Nobody likes to say that. Aged like fine wine, yeah. I'm more for... I think I'm aged more like Weingart, though. I think that's more what it represents me. But yeah, I get the point. Huge stamina. Okay, he's back. Led's back. Why I'm struggling so much with this piece? Because I'm avoiding a problem that I really didn't want to be involved with, or maybe because I need to lower this vertex till here, because who gives a shit? Yep, yeah, it works better. Wow, now I feel young for a change. Well, glad to be helpful with that. I mean, come on. It's not like we are really old at 36 or 34 or 35. We're just more mature. That's my phone. And that's my accountant. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. It was very important. So I'll have to go in probably 10 minutes. Let me see if I've lost something in here. Possible adults. Guys, no. That's not what I was saying. It was responsible adult stuff. Not quite. Pretty important, but basically is my accountant messing up stuff, which is something that happens all the time. So I'll probably have to go and try to fix it as soon as possible. But yeah, I mean, we can stay another 10-15 minutes. something. Well, yeah, okay. Alright, I'll have to keep this like here, like it is right now. Let's move on. So you can see how much time it takes to do this type of stuff and why it takes so much time for DE to actually publish the deluxe skins after they say they're working on them. This is just one step and it's taking like... I didn't even finish one horn and it took me about 2 hours. It's because you have to be very particular with the shapes and try to make a really good job. And that's why you have... That's the problem is that you have like a limit for how many polygons you can use. And most of the time they're not enough. They're never enough. So you have to come up with good shapes. Good base shapes that will hold that can hold the details very well without looking weird, which is something you'll see once I get to that point, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's quite complex. Clean topo equals less headache later on. Yeah. Yes. Well. Yeah. Did he ask you to fix lots of retopology stuff? Of topology stuff? But topo can fuck up baking. The problem is the normal map most of the time, because it takes in account the angles of these polygons. You see that right now they're all like sharp faces, and the normal map gets projected like straight into each face. So if you have like a sharp point, let's say in here, if this is like this and your model behind it's not working well, it may be like even inside, for instance, which is like an error that I've seen a lot of times from young artists, that they have like an hidden piece that goes inside the model for no reason. When you bake this and you make the normal maps, you'll have like a huge hole in here, and you don't know what's that way it's happening. And if you have like a huge curve and lots of your high polygon model is going outside the low polygon for too much. It doesn't, the normal map doesn't get transferred to the low poly as well as it should. It gets you like black holes and shits. What exactly is baking in this context? Baking is referred to what software do, like the process the softwares do to transfer the details from an high polygon version of a model into a texture that gets applied to a low polygon version of of a model. It says baking because you have to wait a lot while the program is calculating all this stuff. Like for the body, for 80 million polygons with my super fast PC, it took me about 20-15 minutes of waiting. That's why you call it baking, because it takes a lot of time. And yeah, but we say baking. It's texture transferring. It's projection and texture transferring and the creation of the textures that will show you the details on the low polygon version of the model. And probably there is baking in clay sculpting too, right? Clay sculpting, baking. Oh yeah, you mean the transferring of details. It's a projection, pretty much, even in clay sculpting. There is baking in clay sculpting too. Yes, because you have to harden your model. Once it's finished, you need to bake your clay to make it stable and not be able to like to put water on top of it and keep sculpting. That's actual baking, yeah, on an oven and shit, even on a microwave sometimes. But yeah, it's the process of waiting mostly. It's not really the same thing. It's just you have to wait for the model to be done. I thought you were talking about clay modeling on ZBrush or something, because that has projections as well, which works pretty much like normal maps work, except normal maps gets projected into a texture, and in ZBrush you project the details into a lower version or a high polygon version of the same model. It's not exactly the same, but the concept and the visualization of it's pretty much similar. But yeah, there is baking in clay sculpting too, of course. Yeah, no, I think that as well, Solomon. We were talking about actual clay sculpting. Yes, there is baking in that as well. You need it to harden your model, your sculptures. Otherwise, they'll crumble. Like if you make I don't know, a cup and you don't bake it and you put water in it, it will get soft. It's unusable. There is a big slope in here that I'm not considering, and it's probably going to be a problem later on. Can I? Yes, okay. Alright, guys, I think I'll go and I'll fix that thing with my accountant, which I don't really know what's going on right now, so it's probably something I should take care of quickly. Sorry. Also, plans for the podcast. Is there a date yet? There is not a date. I'm trying to think of something we could do while doing the podcast, because the idea is to make like something where we can show our cameras, or maybe it's better said, like we can show our desktops. So maybe we can work on something, or maybe we can do like a stupid challenge, like design I don't know, a monster or a helmet in an hour of podcast, just for fun. It doesn't have to be anything like really usable. I mean, just the shape, just for fun, and people will get to see how we come up with stuff while we can chat about things. But I don't know if that's a good idea, because I mean, artists need to concentrate to do this type of stuff, so it's probably a problem. But I was thinking about doing things like that, because otherwise, what do you want to talk about? I mean, there is stuff, of course, but I don't know if it's good for watching. It's good for listening for sure. But if we want to do like a stream and then publish the podcast later, it's probably not really great for watching. And we are visual artists, so the best thing is to show what we do visually. So I was thinking what we could do for that. And if you guys, everybody, if you have an idea about it, let me know. That'd be cool. And I was actually even quite busy with the model, so I didn't had the time to set up anything properly, and I'm waiting for new gear and stuff, so it'll take me probably another week or so, and I'll let you know. But if you have an idea of what we can do, or what would you like for us to show you while we are doing the podcast, or even you, lad, if you have an idea of something like that, we can arrange that. But for sure, the main idea is to show our desktop and what we are doing in the meantime. Team podcasts spend an episode on a specific warframe. Yes, we can all work on one warframe. Floppy Sayonara monster helmets. Yeah, we can make you guys suggest and vote on what's going to be the theme if you want. It's just for fun, but it will be cool to see. I don't know, to have all of us talking, and we'll switch people every time. Or maybe not, we'll see. It's just an idea. Triangle shaped helmets, like Journal Dim. Yeah. Something like that. Something for fun that we don't have to really concentrate a lot. Like, it's not a challenge, it's not anything. It's mostly to make people laugh. Like faces on warframes. Something like that. It's just to see what's going on, but I don't know, maybe we'll make a part of the stream like that, but because I don't want for us to be too much concentrated on working, because that's going to be a problem if you want really to talk about an argument or whatever. And if there is something that you guys would like for us to talk about, we will definitely do that. because why not? So that's where we are at with the Tenogen podcast. We'll do it, but it's going to take me a little more. I'll have to choose the softwares as well. It's quite annoying to set up at first, but then it gets quite easy once we all know what's required and what softwares to use and what are we going to do actually in the podcast. So we'll talk about it once there are ideas out there. I actually need to know what's your gear right now, because I don't even know if you or Lucino. I know Frederick has a webcam. I don't know if you guys have one. I don't know what kind of microphones you have. That's something that needs to be discussed. Otherwise, it's going to be anarchy. And that's it. That's the stage the Tenogen podcast is at. So we can do pretty much anything you want. HyperX Cloud to web mic, no webcam. Okay. It's not really needed, but it's strongly advised, because it helps for us to connect with the viewers. But if you don't want to, it's not you don't really need to. For sure I'll need to know your connection speed, because you can't really stream your desktop if it's too slow. It's a problem. So it needs quite some time to set up everything. I think I should get a mic if I'm gonna do those regularly. Well, I can help you with that. 50 megabytes per second, but it can die. Okay, yeah, I need to take that in consideration as well. And I can help you with the hardware stuff. I'll tell you if you don't have the hardware that will support for us to do the stream, I'll tell you what you'll need. I'm not going to make you guys spend a lot of money. It's probably going to be done in the cheap side. I wouldn't ask you guys to buy a Yeti microphone. I don't even use those, so don't worry about it. It's going to be cheap, but it's needed, at least for us to sound similar in a way. We'll see about that. All right. Well, as I said before, it's time for me to go fix the bureaucracy stuff and then finish this helmet. It's probably going to be done by tomorrow. Yeah, probably tomorrow. So we can move on and paint this. It's going to be more fun. Like the most fun it's going to be in the painting side. And it's actually very fast, so it's quite some stuff will happen in the screen. Alright, that being said, need to go. Bye guys. Bye bye.